typically one would launch oneself into a stream.
I was reading that they worked on teleportation. They were able to some Chinese researchers were able to use quantum physics to teleport a photon into the atmosphere. I don't really quite understand how they would know that it was all the way up there. What are they doing? Did they hook a camera up to the photon?
No, they looked at it, right? Because that's how electrons work.
Yeah.
Is that they exist in the space the moment you observe them.
Okay.
So if they're spacing out and looking at birds.
No, but how would you actually know a photon is way up in the atmosphere?
I don't know.
See, that's what I want to find out.
Well, I also here's if a Chinese group is doing it, how do we know that news is real?
Yeah, that's true. Well, because it was
information.
One would believe that the international science community would be above politics. So
one would hope, but who's going to pay for my tenure next year?
Right? All right.
Like that's what I'm. Come on.
We are live.
How live is live?
Well, I had some coffee today.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. All right.
I like that. Caffeinated Cordovan is a good Cordovan.
True. All right. Hello and welcome to Court of the Rings here on twitch.tv/LOTRO stream, youtube.com/Lord of the Rings/live, and facebook.com/LOTRO. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you very much, folks, for joining us here today. We are going to be doing some wagering on hobbits and answering your questions. So, as you may well be aware, this is the final weekend for the Summer Festival. It gets turned off technically if you want to go to the absolute last second, 3 a.m. Eastern, or like 2:59 a.m. Eastern server time.
Yeah, for those late night questers.
Yeah, but basically through Sunday is when the Summer Festival is here. I am a couple of Hobbit wins, 3 Hobbit wins short of my Lucky Duck title. So that's what I'm going to be using my time today to do. Plus, I figured it's a nice kind of chance to focus on your questions and that a little bit while we...
While we watch you get a
Well,
title.
I play lightly, shall we say, so that way I don't have to worry so much about not dying. Well, maybe I'll still find a way to do it, but we'll hopefully not die during the Summer Festival here. So there you go.
That feels like a new mission.
I could maybe drown myself or something,
Yeah,
right?
sure, why not?
Fall off something?
Yeah.
So, yes, with me here today is QuarterMasterU. How
hey,
you
everybody.
doing?
I'm
good
pretty
to have you here.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've got lots of questions to answer.
Of course we do.
Why? Did we do something?
We had a busy last 24 hours. Yeah, so everybody is aware and watching the chat before we went live. Pre-purchase is up for Mordor. So lotro.com/Mordor. You can go and see the bundles there. And we're silly excited about getting it up, getting it done, getting first looks. We're loving the bull roar feedback. We're loving the fact that we're getting to see people put stuff up on YouTube super early, and we got a play test today, so things are rocking and rolling, and we're just excited.
I got new glasses. Oh, wait a second, that may not be as big a deal, though.
Oh, so, Jerry, I just wanted to point out that I do like these glasses. I didn't have a lot of time yesterday to
nice.
say something, and Ellen beat me to it. So
very cool, very cool. All right, so just lotro.com/Mordor is a good place to get all that information. If you do want to, we have a FAQ that is up as well, and you can find that on lotro.com. We do have a link to it on all of our social media channels as well, if you want to find that.
And people are putting it into the chat channel right now. That's lotro.com/U21-FAQ.
Yeah.
So. And some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about are from questions that we've gotten overnight, all day yesterday, things that we're planning to put onto the FAQ too. So while you hear it here first, we'll also put it and update the FAQ so that you have that to reference and go back to.
All right, let's get to a couple of questions here. Xanthor says, only question I have is, will the packages still be available in September or October? The answer to that is yes.
Yes. Guaranteed yes. And that's a big difference for these packages. And I noticed that in a lot of the Facebook comments and the forum questions of, how much time do I have with these? And the answer is, well, we're not planning on getting getting rid of them. We're not planning on changing them. So basically, the packages that you see today will be the packages that you see day of launch and day after launch, and in November, December next year. So they'll be around, and you'll have a chance to grab them when it works out.
Someone asking if we are planning to do Bull Roar this weekend. My understanding is yes. That information will come from Tiber, but I do believe that we are going to be doing an update on Bull Roar probably sometime Friday-ish.
Yeah, that's typically the schedule.
Yeah. Let's see. Is the Aria of the Valar with the pre-purchase going to be the same as the current Valar, and that they'll be able to be mailed in-game via Mithril?
So the idea is that they're like the gift in the blessing, that they are an upgrade. I can't speak exactly on the technical specs, but they're being modeled after them. I'm assuming that there will be some likeliness to them. Obviously, the major difference is that it brings you to 105 rather than to 95 or to 50. But I can check on that, and we can make sure to update the FAQ accordingly.
Is the Aria of the Valar for every character or one per account? It is just one.
Yeah.
And then with the Ultimate Bundle, 2, right?
So the Ultimate Bundle just comes with one.
Oh, just with one?
But
okay.
the trick here is make sure that you're going in on the character that you want it to be redeemed on. Mm-hmm. We did change it ever so slightly so that you can share it in your shared storage. So if you have another character on your account that you want the Area of the Valar, then you can just trade it through your shared storage.
Right. So the way it's going to work is the very first character you log into after redeeming the key, you'll see that account-bound item. Mm-hmm. Once you open the account-bound item, it is then bound to character. So basically what you want to do is just... The best way to do it is just to...
Put it in your storage.
Yeah, that or use it on the character, log in on the character you want to use it on. But you don't have to.
No.
It is bound to account until you open it up. So, let's see... We will get to a lot of your questions, so just give us a little patience here. We do have a lot of questions obviously coming at us here, so we will be getting to just about all of this.
So another question that came up from yesterday was around the housing teleport item, and obviously on the page we didn't necessarily have a lot of space to put up a screenshot, and we didn't really put screenshots for anything. But the new housing item is a door from Mordor. That is a housing decoration item that when you use it will teleport you swiftly and with ease into Mordor. And anyone that has visitation or decoration usage permissions in your house can also use it too. So your house can become a little a shuttle hub for you and your friends if you really want.
Sure. So we actually are fulfilling our promise of more doors.
Well, I mean, you can simply walk into it.
Oh, gosh.
Right? It doesn't get old. It's the best thing ever.
I don't know the answer to Aokum's question, what are the 3 relics in the Ultimate Fan Bundle? Do you know much about the text?
So the relics that are coming in are more akin to the true relics that we had for the Legendary item system. But obviously they're going to be scaled and made to fit sort of the current leveling and power and stats. As far as like the specific stats on them right now, I don't have that information, but as soon as we do, we can put that in the FAQ too.
I also believe the answer to a follow-up question, are the 3 relics in the Ultimate Fan Bundle obtainable who don't buy the edition? I think they are part of the edition.
I don't have that information with me right now.
Okay.
So
all right.
I can't, but I will look into that, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. Will the Mordor X pack include Update 22? So the reason I'm asking this question is it's good to mention that the purchase of one of these bundles will get you the group content that is coming out in a point update after Update 21 here.
So Update 22 has yet to be determined.
Yeah.
That's in the future.
I don't know that we're calling it Update 22, but that's what I'm
we'll
here.
Call it what we call it when we call it.
Yeah.
The instance and raid cluster are included with the Mordor expansion. So you buy the standard collectors and ultimate, and in a dot release soon to follow, we'll have more group content for you to consume that you'll be rip raring and ready to go with right out of the box.
And this came up on the forums as well. We are going to have the Mordor expansion available for LOTRO points. And, in our FAQ here, it describes it as, say, later on this year. That does also include, say, the group content as well.
Yeah, it's the same token.
Yeah. Can we get some larger images of the pre-order mounts and cosmetic armor? I know that that's something we're working on. I don't think they're quite ready to be published yet, but we're working on it.
Yeah, they're putting finishing polish on the not only the mounts but the armor sets and the kites and the cloaks, so we're excited. I've seen previews, but I want to give you an honest representation. I want to give you the final. I only really have concept art to show, which we'll show at a later time to kind of get.
We had it excited, all ready to go, and then we realized they forgot to add the pants. No, I'm
well, horses require pants. It was a weird request, but they did it anyway for me.
I'm kidding.
And they match.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. There are no horse pants. I apologize. I'm sorry. Short-sightedness.
But there should be. Yes! Hey, I won the match right off the bat. So, here's the trick. When I was on the stream last week...
Now you're suddenly, super happy.
Well, I know. It's because I want my title. But so, last week on the stream, for those of you who were watching, I basically had a string of good luck and just tore through all those dwarf ale keg races. Mm-hmm. And it was awesome. And then I was like, well, this luck is surely going to continue when I'm off the air. And then I spent all weekend waiting for darn Birdie here to get his food and get in first. Took me all weekend long on the random dice thing. But now, and then I was having a problem with Daffodilly. But now I'm on the air again, first race out of the gate, and I win. So I guess they don't want to look bad in front of a televised audience.
Well, they get nervous. NPC's got, they got airtime too. There is actually a really important question that's coming up in chat that I want to directly hit.
Sure.
So VAT is supposed to be included. Right now, we think it's a technical issue on the bundles. We are looking at it right now. We should have that solved very soon. Also, some good news. I'm getting some ETA on when the in-game store. You'll go back to being able to purchase in euro and pounds.
Cool.
Hopefully by the end of the week. Hopefully.
And for those who really don't know what we're talking about, VAT is a value-added tax. It's some kind of European tax thing. Yeah.
So we're looking into it. We really apologize for the inconvenience, and we'll keep you guys updated. In the meantime, make sure to contact account support so that way we can keep track of you and your purchase.
All right, so why don't we start talking a little bit about the bundles and sort of the base price of Mordor.
So Mordor, right now we have 3 bundles. We have the standard collectors and ultimate fan bundle. The standard bundle comes with the expansion, which includes the instance and raid cluster to come, and an Aria of the Valar, and that price point is $39.95 or $39.99 USD. And then the collectors, which comes with those same 2 things, but also with High Elf and a few other frills, such as some cosmetics and whatnot. There was a question in chat. Yes, the cosmetics and the steeds looks should be dyeable. So we're anticipating that too. And then for those who want to splurge a little bit more, there is the Ultimate Fan Bundle. So really what we wanted to do is provide an opportunity to sort of spend a little extra into the stuff that they saw fit to spend into.
Yeah, I mean, we've never offered really a super deluxe option until Mordor
Yeah.
here. So it's kind of something. It's the first time we're kind of trying something like this, and I
Right.
know clearly there's been a lot of feedback in the
Right.
last 24 hours from the community. But we know most players are not necessarily going to be going for the super deluxe bundle,
right. And
yeah.
I mean, it would have been different if there was just one bundle and we expected everybody to jump in, but that's part of the reason why we gave options, right? We wanted you to have the ability to sort of choose your flavor and jump in with what felt comfortable.
And that option is indeed one of the reasons why we're kind of having I guess what you might almost call like an over-the-top kind of special top bundle for those who really just want to, celebrate everything that we do here and get even more extras than just cosmetics.
Yeah.
There, so.
Yeah, and I mean, Mordor is a big deal for us, right? You know, we've been prepping for 10 plus years. We just had our 10th anniversary. Mordor is the cultivation of everything in the storyline. It's the new starting off point for the future storylines, where the shadow lies, the rest of Gorgoroth. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
Right.
But
obviously
it is
we wanted
a little
to celebrate
different.
a little bit more.
It is a little different because I think, like I say, this is our first time offering kind of a super duper top bundle in addition to like a collector's and that sort of edition. So we do have the collector's edition. Why don't we talk a little bit about High Elf? For those who want the High Elf, it is available in the collector's edition. It will also be available for about 1,000
1,000 LOTRO points. Mm-hmm.
Similar to other races and classes, that'll be available, in the LOTRO store, shortly after release. The base expansion will be available in the LOTRO store, a few months after release as well. That is also in line with our normal expansions. And Mordor itself will come with an Aria of the Valar, and that's just kind of shorthanded to about $40. So
and that itself, the Aria of the Valar, will only be presented with the Mordor expansion in the standard edition now. When the expansion is available in the in-game store, it will not come with that. I just want to be super clear about that.
So why do we include an Aria of the Valar in the base expansion? Well, that's because we know that there are a lot of players who are interested in Mordor who maybe haven't played in a while, and they want to. They're just like, I want to see Mordor, and I don't want to have to do X, Y, Z to get there. So can I just go straight to Mordor? And the answer to that is yes. With the Aria of the Valar, you can just go straight into Mordor here.
Yeah, it gives a lot of flexibility. You can level an alt, you can sell it to a friend, you can roll up Bjorning and bring it up to 105 if you haven't already done that. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility, and if you want to just be really main character focused, you can raise your character if it's not all the way to cap yet. So knowing that this is where all the really big meat and potato portion of the story is occurring over the next future, that we want everybody to be able to experience it as it goes out.
For those asking, the Aria of the Valar will eventually be in the LOTRO store. Our FAQ listed at 6,695 points,
around there, yeah.
So something like that.
Yep.
All right. And the other thing is, we also know that there is, while there's a lot of people interested in the High Elf, not everybody really is all that interested. Maybe they've got a main or whatever that's already at 105 they want to do. So that's why, part of the reason why, say, High Elf is not in the base edition, it's an option that you can put in as well.
Right.
So, yep.
So yeah, we're really excited that we've had so many passionate responses in both directions. People really looking at finding the value that sits right for them, and so we wanted to provide as many potential solutions for that as possible. I did have one other question from yesterday that got a little bit more information on too. So this is about the XP bonus item in Ultimate Fan Bundle. The accelerator is an earring of your choice that's base stat is either might, agility, or will. that will also have stats that will increase along with your level. And the item provides a plus 25 XP gain to monster kills, quest completions, and crafting resource gathering through level 105. And the boost, which was this is a separate question, but still relevant. The boost will stack with the Gift of the Hammerhand and other pocket items like the Gift of the Hornberg. So really important for those people who like to min-max their ability to go up in level as fast as they can.
Just specify what the Aria of the Valor does already. It does boost you up to 105. You get like some gear and stuff to kind of get you there.
So think Blessing or Gift of the Valar, except the level goes to 105.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Gladdy, you're a loser.
Who?
Gladdy. I was betting on the Gladdy Hobbit.
No, okay. See, so for those who don't understand the setup, I can't see what he's doing on the stream.
Well, I just like to call some of our fans losers every now and then. I hope you don't mind, right? No, I'm kidding, of course, right?
But that would be not nice.
Yeah, that would be.
Please don't do that.
Your community manager should not be insulting the community.
That is not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay at all. So one of the questions about, say, the pricing of the new expansion, how does it compare to previous expansion bundles we've had? And I've been saying, in recent weeks that the price of the expansion will be generally in line with many of our other expansions, and that is the case here. If we just shorthand it to $40, Helm's Deep was 40, Riders of Rohan was 40. A couple of them were a little less than that, and then Mines of Moria was a little more than that.
Yeah, Mines of Moria was also a little more than that because it was, standard box price, shipping and printing and all that fun stuff.
So in terms of the how does the price compare to other expansions? It's right in line with our typical pricing for the base and that. And then, like I say, we do have, a little bit higher on the collectors, and certainly we're offering this new tier for kind of our Uber fans, that sort of thing, for the Ultimate Fan Edition.
I mean, it's collector's edition starts with the frills, right? You have some cosmetics that harken back to the First Alliance, and then the Ultimate Fan Bundle comes with some more Mordor-themed, grittier, darker cosmetics. But yeah, the standard edition is right in line. The standard expansion portion of things, plus the Valar. The Valar, of course, at this point, looking at the point costs, alone is worth more than the standard. So we think we're trying to create a really good value for the people who want to jump in at that tier. Yeah.
Mordor releases on a Monday. Yeah, not only is it on a Monday, but it happens to fall on somebody's birthday.
Wait, whose birthday?
Yeah, Harry Potter's.
Sometimes you just gotta show respect.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Yes, they didn't ask me, and they decided to release Mordor on my birthday, so I guess I'm not getting the day off. But that's okay. That's okay.
I will attempt to get cake.
Nice.
for you. That is my new mission.
And in case you wonder what we're talking about, in the LOTRO.com/Mordor, where you can make this pre-purchase, we do have a release date in there, and it's July 31st, which, yes, is a Monday.
Lots of questions. As you can tell, we're making sure that we're trying to get to everybody.
I don't know the answer about the Aria of the Valar and trait points. Do you?
I do not have details on that.
We'll have to chat with Tiber and get you an answer on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, you guys are asking a lot. I need to go.
My scroll finger.
Yeah, right.
My scroll finger. It hurts.
Yeah, right. Let's see.
So somebody's asking, can you tell us more about the Alliance concept? And there was a question about the other steeds. So the Ultimate Fan Bundle comes with 2 steeds. One's Mordor themed, the other is Alliance themed. And can you tell us more about the Alliance concept? So the Alliance concept actually goes back to a little bit of the styling of the High Elf and whatnot. And so obviously, since I'm working in the office and I can look over the artist's shoulders, I can kind of get a little bit of a sneak peek to it. So the Alliance is obviously much more cleaner, utilitarian, really sharp highlights and lines, and Mordor is obviously very gritty and dark, and stuff's just bolted to this thing, and it looks really cool. Jen's done a really amazing job with both of them out, so really excited. So as soon as I am physically capable of getting screenshots out, we will. So I'll make sure that Cordovan's at the ready for the super fast post.
Sorry to totally go off topic, but related to the Harry Potter thing, someone was saying, did Jerry just say he's Harry Potter? No, Harry Potter's birthday is July 31st. It's in the books. It's in the books. At July 31st is his birthday, and that's when he gets the letter and all that sort of thing. And I know that because that was my birthday. So when I first started reading the series, I was like, oh, I have something in common with this guy. I mean, we both do magic too, but we have the same birthday. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Larry Potter?
His long-lost cousin, I guess. I don't know. We haven't really heard about him yet. Yeah.
His story is a little bit more lame. He ends up in an office just kind of pushing tax forms.
The question about how soon after release will High Elf be available for LOTRO points, we really just need to direct you to the FAQ at this point, whatever we say there.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good information on the FAQ, so definitely stick to that to get the most up-to-date, official, finalized pieces of information.
Can we get a dwarf war pig? A dwarf war pig? Is someone looking at my shirt? I don't know. Can you actually see the design of my shirt?
Show them your shirt. Stand up a little bit. They're basically guinea pigs, but with tiny mice riding around on them like knights.
And the reason I brought that up is because it's actually a play on words. War pigs. Like the Black Sabbath song. War pigs.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Mordor.
They're war pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. We want guinea pig mounts. Yeah, I'm down for that. I don't know if that really fits with Tolkien lore, though. It's true that High Elf is not really part of the core Mordor experience, and that's why it's not really part of the core Mordor bundle there.
Yeah, so in January when we announced that it was coming alongside Mordor, I think there was some anticipation that it was going to be a central part to this, and I think that just might have been a misunderstanding. We internally were thinking of it much more like Bjorning, where you get a special intro and you get some history and whatnot, and then you're shot out into the rest of Middle Earth to help also be a hero. So for us, it was complementary, not included initially. And so that might just be some of the confusion with some of our unfortunate suggestions based on maybe word choice at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically why it's not included in the standard. It's not part of the core experience, right? You want to take your hero, your character that you've put all this time into, and rush into Mordor like the strike force that you are, because you have Gandalf and Aragorn who are like, I'm too busy being over here doing stuff like this. It's like, well, why don't you just mop up the place for us?
And they don't start at 105 or anything. They level just like all the other characters.
They level just like everybody else.
In terms of why it's not free, let me just be Mr. Business Guy and say because it costs a lot to develop this guy.
Oh, we're talking about the High Elf?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, creating a new race, you're talking about animations, you're talking about art and character development, you're talking about storylines, you're talking about, world building and placement, you're talking about testing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we wanted to create something special, but at the same time, it's an optional special thing.
Yeah. And it will be available for those who, don't want to pick up the collector's edition, but are maybe more interested in the base edition. It will be available for LOTRO points.
Yes.
As well.
Yes, so, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. More pictures, requests for the 2 steeds and the cosmetics. We're working on it.
Yep.
We're going to get that to you as soon as we can. New avatar models for hobbits and dwarves. When are they coming? Not with Update 21. What we're going to be doing on the avatar work is rolling it out when it's in a state ready to be brought to the public. So our current plan here is, High Elf, Human, and Elf. For Update 21 is our current plan anyway.
Yeah.
And they're going to be basically released as soon as they're ready. So I don't have a hit list in terms of, and then will be,
yeah.
But it's going to be a little bit more organic than that. When they're really polished up and we feel they're ready to go, we'll be bringing them out. But they will be coming to Hobbits and Dwarves eventually.
Sure.
Yep.
I am getting some lore questions about High Elf, and I am absolutely not the correct person to answer that at all, so I will graciously bow out.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry to say. We could mention we have a dev diary or 2 in the works here that will go into some of that stuff.
We do have quite a few dev diaries in the works that I'm hoping to start sprinkling out next week, so it can hope to answer some of these deeper questions about where we are, when we are, what are we doing, why are we doing it, who are the High Elves, what's up with the allegiance system, and answer all of these really core questions that a lot of people are having about the meat and potatoes of what's happening in Mordor.
Yeah. If it's my character who I brought through all the content and is now waiting at the gate, why is an instant level included? Mostly due to our knowledge that we have a lot of players who are returning to the game in order to check out Mordor, and so this is the easiest way for them to delve right into the Mordor experience.
Yeah.
For those of you who are like, well, I don't need an Arya because I'm already level 105 or whatever. That's cool.
Yep.
You can bring an alt if you want. You can have an alternate character. You can, trade it or something like that. So,
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And it's the same thing with the game time card. So the Ultimate Fan Bundle comes with a game time card. If you're already VIP, you can hand that off to a friend. You could bump out your own time, so you get 1 month extra. If you're not VIP yet, then you can save it and wait for day of, so you have a full 30 days of VIP treatment. So it gives some flexibility there too. And that's, again, another great thing to hand off to a friend who might be returning for the first time in a while, right? So you got an Arya, you got some VIP, and your friend can catch up and meet you at the gates, and you guys can go in together.
Yeah.
I say use guys because New England, but you know what I mean.
I think maybe I misspoke there. Mr. Josh is saying, I thought the Arya was account bound. How can you trade it? I think that's right. It is just account bound. So maybe I misspoke there. But you can give it to an alt or something like that.
Right.
So, let's see. Will the new... Oh, Andang has a question over on YouTube. Will the new Arya the Valar be testable on Bull Roar? I don't know, but that's a great suggestion. We should make sure that is something we can maybe do. I'll talk to Tiber and make sure that we can... see if that's something that we can do. I don't know, put it in the Isengard Tavern or something like that.
Sure.
So... Alright, Gladys, this is number 3 here.
What are you trying to do right now?
I need Gladys Chubbaggins and Mudrick Rumble to win, and then I get my title.
Okay.
And so I'm waiting for the race to begin, and Gladys Chubbaggins is doing okay.
Alright.
But she's just not a winner yet. I'm doing my best to coach her. I'm a dwarf. I'm coaching her in the best practices to eat heavily and continue to run.
That's tough.
She's got the eating heavily part going just great,
Okay.
which would make sense for the taste of Hobbiton. But the follow-up is not really quite her
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
yet.
as someone who doesn't
So.
run ever.
I mean, to be fair, I basically eat this whole plate of food and then run is not exactly the best contest in the world, but for hobbits...
I don't know, man.
Kinda...
College was kind of fun. College was a good time. I've seen that work out.
No. Does Cord know there are 2 more deeds to do after this? I thought I...
Oh!
Let me double check that. I thought I pretty much had it all. If I have 2 more deeds to do, then I will do said deeds. Oh, yeah, I do have to do, No, I got it. Because you just need the, a lucky day at the races, and I've got all the keg racers done.
Sunspot
so
4, I'm going to get you some pictures. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Right? We're on it.
And then when I get all 4 of these hobbits, it should be good, I think. Unless you guys are telling me I'm wrong. Let's see.
Yeah, the heave emote is one of my favorites.
And Joanne over on YouTube, I am a lifetime member. How does the code for a month of VIP play out for lifetime subscribers? They can give it to a friend. It is just a straight up code, so you can do whatever you want to do with it, basically. So there you go.
I mean, I wouldn't tattoo it on yourself or anything, but
yeah, someone could steal that, right? They could be, you know.
Well, it's a very unique tattoo. So if you're looking for a unique tattoo idea, I guess I just gave you one. Please don't do that. That's awful. It feels like a waste of skin space. That's not. Ugh.
Yeah.
The code is not that important.
Yeah.
Now a squid dancing on a ship. Get that tattooed. That's much more fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In case you were looking for other ideas.
Oh, they were going. Come on, Gladdy. You can do it. Yes, I like your attitude. Food. That's what I want to hear. Just, you know. Show all these other hobbits who's boss. Yeah.
Kickman, the fart emote actually came up in conversation in the office the other day, so I can't promise anything, but it is still within our understanding of what exists.
Let's see. If somebody purchases the standard edition, how will upgrading work at a future time? I believe it'll work basically the same as now, which is really kind of a contact with account support, right? Is that right?
Say that one more time. I was trying to read.
If I pick up the base edition and then later on it's like I get feel buyer's remorse or whatever, and like, no, I really want to get that collector's instead. What do they do?
Well, we don't have plans for upgrades at this point.
So you need to get in touch with account support, and they might be able to help you out.
That is a good first step.
Yeah. No promises, though.
No promises.
But it basically is going to be what it is for all the other expansions.
The nice thing is that it won't go away. So if you want it in the future, it will be there.
Indeed.
Yes. So the steeds that are coming into the bundles are the same steed bundle that we've been putting together for a while. So you get the travel mount version, and then you get the war steed cosmetics. That's the anticipation.
Not only did Gladdy not win, but she came in last.
Oh, come on. Really?
I was trying to motivate her. I mean, I'm trying to be positive here. I'm not trying to be insulting to poor Gladdy.
You did put a lot of pressure on her just now.
True.
I mean, performance anxiety. You know, my friends ran cross country. Have too many people cheering for you, it's sort of then, you know, the ATP kicks up and your legs start getting all weird.
What parts of the packages will not be in them after release? The bundles, in terms of the LOTRO market bundles, will remain intact.
So the all three expansion bundles that are at lotro.com/Mordor will stay there. right? The things that will not be included are the things that will be included in the store. We'll do it this way: the expansion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is separately. We anticipate the Aria of the Valar to be included, and the High Elf. Everything else is currently right now seen only being attached to the bundles that.
Oh, right. Okay, I see what you're saying there.
Right.
Yeah. And the main question then is, all those like perks and that don't go into the base Mordor expansion for LOTRO points. So if you pick that up, you're not getting the collector's edition stuff and all that.
Right.
Sort of thing.
Right. So once
nor the Aria of the Valar.
Yes, they're all separate in-game store items.
Yeah.
I
don't really feel like slapping hobbits. That doesn't seem appropriate.
I mean,
someone is saying I need to slap these hobbits so when they're losing, but that doesn't seem right.
It's short-term motivation, right? That's all it's doing.
I mean, this is a friendly race.
Right. Now, is it fish slapping?
Yeah, that might be okay.
Fish slapping versus normal slapping. Which one provides more momentum? I feel like that's a physics question.
Do you know the answer about the teleport housing item? Is it once per character, once per server, or once per account?
I believe that's...
It says on all your
once
characters,
per character,
doesn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Again, I can double check and verify, and we can put that on the FAQ.
Yep. Let me just call that up real quick. We have something in there. Yeah, it says exclusive housing teleport for all characters. So I'm pretty sure that's just a deliverable that...
Look at that, we wrote it down.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so happy when we write stuff down.
Will the Epics free-to-play available at launch? Yes.
Yes.
And you don't even need the X-Pack for the Epic. Then.
So the Epic will remain free, as it has been. You can play through the rest of the Epic book, and at the extra stuff beyond the Epic book, the expansion is going to give you access to that.
Exogenesis, any reason why the Ultimate Fan Bundle is more than the usual Legendary releases? That's because it's a new tier. This is the first time we're trying kind of a super-duper edition. Yeah. We still have our Collector's Edition and all that sort of thing. But this is a much larger edition than kind of what we've done in the past. So that's the answer to that. And we also understand that it's not for everybody, that Ultimate Edition. There.
Yeah. So. Get the frills you want.
Yep, exactly. If you already have all currently available shared storage slots, do the 10 extra shared storage slots raise your cap? I'm pretty sure the answer to that's yes, because it's 10 additional storage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Waldir is asking a question about the 3 relics that come in the 130 bundle. So those relics are part of the legendary item system. And so the stats and whatnot, I'll be getting onto the FAQ, but just to let you know that they'll basically function like the true relics used to at lower levels, and these will be new relics for this level, range, and experience. So hopefully that answers your question.
Sure.
So Talrin is asking, is there any difference between buying Mordor now and buying after the release? And that's why we're calling it a pre-purchase. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same content. It's going to be the same cosmetics, whether you buy today, whether you buy at launch, or whether you buy directly after launch. And just to let everybody know, because it's in the fine print just underneath the packages on the page, but all of these items will be delivered day of launch, right? So once the games come back up and Mordor is live, that's when your items will deliver on your characters.
The Black Book of Mordor is not free, right? Right. It is unlocked through its entirety with a purchase of the Mordor expansion.
Yeah.
So, we're doing future parts of the Black Book and future updates, but the one purchase will take care of that whole book.
Yeah. I have 3 chats open. That's why I'm turning.
I know, right?
I feel like I have to explain why I'm now giving like a side headshot.
Comes the 64-bit client with Mordor? No. We're still working on the 64-bit client. We've been pretty upfront about the status of that, which is that work is underway on it. We are hoping to release it to you. That is our intention. It's really just going to come down to whether we run into any issues that prevent us from bringing it to the game. But assuming that doesn't happen, that is our plan, to bring a 64-bit client to the game. Not with Mordor, though.
Yeah. There's some other questions, too, like, are we ever going to allow players to craft things to call players, friends, like the Acorn? I don't have that information. I know certain classes can do certain types of summoning things, but I really don't have information to answer that.
Do you know if the... actually, I'm trying to see here. Do we have Mount Cosmetics?
So
are they for War Steeds?
Yeah, so the War Steed bundles, the Steed bundles, and this is another question I'm seeing, are the cosmetic armors and cosmetic mounts available account-wide, and I believe that's the anticipation.
Cool. I'm trying to read up some of these questions.
Sure.
So in theory, Andang says Update 22 could have part of the Black Book of Mordor, and you would need the Mordor expansion to play it. Yes, that is true.
Yes.
Yes.
Really, this Mordor expansion is the initial step into that Black Book of Mordor, which is what we're referring to the quests beyond the epic as it ends, or at least takes a pause at this point in the story. So we're anticipating working a great deal into the Black Book of Mordor. So on the purchase page, if you scroll all the way down, there's a little box about where the shadows lie, and Gorgoroth and beyond. The idea is that we're moving our storytelling beyond this one point. So there's a lot more to explore, and there's a lot more that we're planning to put into the future of our expanse into Middle Earth.
Cool. Terra Hemel has a fairly complex question that I can't fully answer here, but a question about mechanic scaling done based on some of the bull roarer feedback.
Sure.
This person is suggesting that we do some additional work with ratings, legendary items, virtue, stat tome scaling, that sort of thing. I know that Vastin has been doing a lot of work related to scaling and that sort of thing, so if you've got some good quality feedback, make sure that gets on the Bull Roar forums, and it'll get processed and sent to the right person that way.
Yeah, I actually just got a really long dev diary from one of our system designers, Jesse King. And so he's been gathering a lot of the direct feedback, and we did want to have Mordor be a little bit more challenging than our typical everyday content, and as you go further, obviously we want there to be more cause for pause and thinking more potentially strategically about where you're just going to jump into, and the amount of mobs that you pull and things of that nature. So we're really trying to get this right.
How about stat tomes? What is going to happen to them? I'm not quite sure what that means.
You mean more stat tomes to increase rankings? Perchance. Again, I don't have direct knowledge of that stuff. That would be a system designer question, but we can bring it to them.
Yep. Frederick says, Helm's Deep, say, for example, at a basic, premium, and legendary 3 tiers, Mordor has 3 tiers. What is the difference? The difference is that our Ultimate Fan Bundle is a kind of a... we're sort of delving into the I don't even know really the best way to describe it. I guess
it's a splurge.
Yeah, a splurge. Yeah, there you go. A super deluxe kind of edition that we've not done before.
Yeah,
so
we have fans who have found value in everything that we do, right? And this is just a bundle that tries to pack as much as it can into one of these things to give someone who, if this is what they're into and they want to get into it, there you go. And then we have a lot of people who are going to be in the standard edition, and we have a lot of people who are going to be in the collector's edition. So it's all about finding that amount of flavor that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently I'm muted, according to Belladora.
No, you're not muted.
Belladora. I forgot the N there, I'm sorry. Don't worry, she's fine now.
Okay, I did turn you down slightly, but you're not muted, so
it's okay.
Yeah.
No more caps.
Prior expansions included LOTRO points. Why didn't we do that with Mordor? It just really was a matter of finding the right kind of value proposition for our expansions, and adding LOTRO points tends to be a consideration in the final price point of these expansions. And so we have a pretty good package of various options that we were pretty happy with, and in order to meet the price points we're looking for, we didn't include LOTRO points this time around.
Yeah, we still have quite a few double bonus points planned for the rest of the year. Players will get their chance at getting point values in their favor. In addition, the bundles themselves, if you add up all the parts and if you do it strictly at a points cost, they're on par, if not over exceed their current pricing. So again, it's really about creating some bundles that allow players to choose the parts that they want currently without having to pay a la carte essentially more later.
Yep. We have about 5 minutes left, and a race is just getting ready to begin, so the timing is working out pretty much perfect on this one. QuarterMaster, what happened to your weekly streaming?
Hey, what happened to my weekly streaming? It was taken up with this. The putting together the pages and coordinating all the information and getting the SKUs to work and doing all the technical background stuff took a lot of coordination with just me. So we wanted to make sure that it worked, and it did so with as little problems as possible. So I really had to put a lot of extra time into getting these things done. So I really appreciate your patience. I am hoping to get back to streaming, but that's if Cordovan lets me at this point.
Oh, I'm down for it. Yeah.
Cordovan's, I need a half-hour break.
Yeah.
I just need someone fill in some time. But yeah, I would love to get back into streaming. I think the stream team is awesome. I think the community with our streaming channel in general is hilarious. And you're some of the most fun and entertaining people to talk to on a regular basis. And so it would be it'd be fun. I want to get in. It would be great.
Will the title Walked into Mordor be available to be earned? No. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alright. 1 minute till launch here.
Creeps will be boosted up to 105, or whatever the max.
115.
No, 115.
Yep.
They're max automatically. Yes.
I think Hatter in particular is asking or feels that creeps are behind on Bull Roarer now. We've been getting some mixed feedback on that. We do have some of our pretty engaged PvP players. We've been talking to them individually. And I know that on the first Bull Roar, frankly, the creeps were in terrible shape because there was some bugs. And we've scaled them up to 115, and I've heard that they're in a better place right now than they were. If you feel we still need to do more, I think it would be good to post that over on the Bull Roar forums. Make sure that that we see that. I will keep an eye out for it on the Bull Roar forums. I don't want to just hear, though, PvP is doomed because creeps suck on Bull Roar. Let me know why. What exactly do you feel needs to be done on creeps to make them competitive with Freeps, based on the most recent version of Bull Roar that is available there?
Right,
So.
and also keep in mind that we're taking a lot of feedback from the Freep direction too, and so balancing the two as we're going through the remaining parts of our bug and QA process and our polish process, that there's going to be some discrepancies, and we're going to be working to fix those. And yeah, it's but yeah, when we're talking about feedback, we need specifics, right? We need details, right? I don't like the color blue is not a good enough piece of feedback. Right?
It's tough. I think we recognize that we're going to have kind of a never-ending amount of PvMP work to do, but PvMP is not a huge part of our Mordor expansion here, so we probably will have some further work to do in a future update on that. But the goal is to get them in a viable place right now, and I've been, like I said, I've been overall hearing that we are there as of our most recent Bull Roar previews. But if you ran the most recent Bull Roar preview and feel differently, please let us know.
Yeah.
So that we can pass that feedback along. Quick question about will the cosmetics be available to the store outside of the expansion packs? I think we already mentioned that, but the answer is no.
The answer is they're exclusive, and they are going to only be in the bundles. That's the anticipation.
Gladys succeeded to wrap up our stream here. How nice is that? So I just got one.
Thanks, Gladdy.
One Hobbit left, and then I get my Lucky Duck title.
And then what?
I get my Lucky Duck title.
And then? And then?
Then I actually, you know what? And then it'll be probably after the weekend, and I'm going to continue my epic questing here on Landfall.
Nice.
So that'll be
you got a plan.
Yeah, and that'll be next Thursday here on Court of the Rings. Here on twitch.tv/LotroStream, youtube.com/Lord of the Rings/live, and facebook.com/Lotro. Thanks, Quartermaster, for joining me here today.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate you letting me show up.
Yep.
Because this is fun.
All right, and thank you. Sorry if we couldn't get to all your questions. As you guys can see, there was a little bit more than we could keep up with here today. So apologize if we didn't get to your specific question. Please get in touch with us over on the forums. Post in Bull Roar. We will be having information about when Bull Roar is live with the newest update of Mordor tomorrow-ish. Tomorrow sometime, probably late afternoon. It tends to be our typical cadence right now. And we look forward to getting more of your feedback. LOTRO.com/Mordor if you want to check out the various pre-purchase options available, and July 31st on the planned release date for Mordor. We've got a busy couple of weeks ahead of us. Thank you very much for being here, and I will see you next week.
Awkward pause.
Yeah, it's sort of the TV news thing, I'm Jerry Snook. I just sort of stare off in the distance until they cut.
Stay classy, Sam.